Hey guys, welcome to TechCheck. Saaj here. I just wanted to talk about social media real quick, and not just social media. Talking about like investments. So I've been scrolling through TikTok and Instagram, and noticed on my feed there are many people who want to give advice on stocks and investment. And when I say stocks and investment, I'm talking about like this is what you should buy, this is what you should invest in, real estate, whatnot. So I have an issue with that. The issue is that with the majority of these people, they haven't really studied finance. I haven't either, but I'm not really giving advice to anyone. But some of these people, they haven't studied any finance or anything that's like close to that field. And many people say knowledge is available on the internet for free, which I understand, but really some of the things come with experience, and sometimes when people like get lucky, I don't really consider that as like an experience thing, So it's kind of misleading. So what I'm trying to get at is like for example, one guy said to buy 5 different penny stocks. And I started to look at them. I didn't buy, I just started to look at them. And I noticed it did rise and then it dropped. And I'm certain these guys are artificially pumping these penny stocks by having their followers buy them so they can sell them. I'm reading some of the comments that, the people are writing in that video. And some people are saying how they missed the spike or how they got in late. And it all happened to be around the time when that video went up. So the other thing is, in some of these guys, they're not really making any sense to their signals either. They don't have any charts, no reasonings. They don't have any mentions of any earning reports or any news to back up their signal. They're just saying, hey, these are the tickers you have to buy. So it's like, okay, that doesn't really, make sense, and a lot of people are trying to get into it blindly. It's not really, with the stocks, it's not supposed to be something that you get in blindly. You have to really look at the market. There's a lot of different factors, and I'm not an expert in this, but you can see all the moving parts, and it's complicated. You can't really predict exactly what's going to happen, and these guys are really just trying to play luck, and they're trying to show their luck as skill. So one thing that I remember that I read, it said buy the rumor, sell the news. And that's not, these guys aren't really always telling us what the news is or what the rumor is. They're just telling us to buy or sell, which doesn't really get us anywhere. So I'm not a financial advisor, but I like to hear everyone out, right? So that's why I just look at those just to see why people are, where people are going with these, because some people are losing money through these fake advices. I would say there are others who talk about real estate and such, but I think that people need to notice is that there's different situations for everyone. Not everyone has the same sort of financial situation. Not everyone qualifies for the same loans. Some of these are real estate ones where people are saying you should get a VA loan, and it's very specific for who can get a VA loan. Some people are saying, oh, get an FHA loan, this credit, 3.5% down. But it's like, okay, well, some of these are, you have to be a first time buyer. And then they're saying, oh, first investment should be a multi-family unit, and you should live in one of them, rent the other ones out. But it's like, it's realistically, how often do you see those go on the market? When you do see them go on the market, someone who invests money into real estate as a real estate investor who's going to rent those units out is probably going to be the one that's probably going to end up buying it. And you can't go to the buyer and say, hey, I know you want to sell that guy, for $650,000, but I want to buy it for $600 because my first house. I mean, usually the buyers are going to just go for the higher price, because why would they want to miss out I mean, it doesn't really make a difference to them who buys it as long as they get the money. You know, so it's kind of like it's not something that's easy for everyone. What I like to look at the way for investments is similar to like health, right? So we're all different people. We all have our own different health issues. We all have our different health situations. And for finances, I think is the same thing. In investments, it's the same thing. Everyone has a different credit score. They have a different income, different assets. I mean, it's all, timing's different for everyone. When someone says, hey, buy this stock at this time, you're going to see it a day later. You're going to get a different price. You're not going to make the same money as the other person. When it comes to getting a house or anything like that, I mean, it really differs for everyone. Your situation is not the same as another person's situation. So I feel like you can't just rely on some of these videos that are trying to influence do this and do that. I don't think it really works like that. I don't think it can work like that. Instead, I suggest that anyone that's interested in investments to actually speak to a financial advisor. The reason why, one, they're getting paid to give you advice. There's more investments than just real estate and stock. I'm sure everyone knows that. There's IRAs, 401ks, etc. But, I mean, really, at an individual level, your finances are different, right? What your income, what you're spending, what your situation is differs for you. Whatever you're doing, whatever someone else is doing is not going to work. It's not going to be the same. Hey, that guy's he's spending $100 a week on this, and I'm going to do exactly what he does. Well, he can afford $100 a week for investment. Can you? No, I can do 75, but I'll stretch it. I can do 100. Well, you know what? When you try to do that, then now it kind of plays with your expenses, and you really don't want to put yourself in a really bad situation. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I believe that. I mean, that's why they're there. They can really guide you, and I think they're one of the professions right now that are going to boom, and people should really look into them. Sure, you can read up on stuff yourself. You can look on the internet, but overall, there's no tool or any program that you can say, oh, let me plug in my stuff. It's going to tell me exactly what I need. Everyone has a different situation, So I appreciate you guys listening to me. For the future episodes, I'm going to have people on the podcast to discuss their opinion on the stock market, the finance and stuff. But I'm also going to try to get people that are professionals in the same field. And that way we get actual advice. I have the people with the opinion because that's people like you and me who are just thinking about it. While the professionals, they can give us advice, but at the same time, like I said, it differs for everyone, right? Because I know I've heard, hey, Sajan, what's a Roth IRA compared to a regular IRA? And I can explain that, but it still differs for how you want to contribute compared to how someone else wants to contribute, how I would want to contribute. Same thing with 401k, where you can put it in an aggressive market, you can put it in a conservative market. It's different for everyone. So I just want to make sure that you guys understand that I'm going to have both opinionated and professional people in the podcast in the future. I appreciate you guys listening to me. I know this was a short podcast. Wanted to keep it short, and we'll continue with other past podcasts in the future. Thanks, guys.